What's up? It's your boy Kevin to turn on this motherfucking YouTube shit. Wow, what the fuck?
What's up? It's your boy Kevin to turn on YouTube shit. Hey man, say man, we are lit, man. Turn. Today, it's motherfucking day. You're hitting outside. Big crip in the gang. You're hitting outside shit, man. Free Palestine, free Congo, Russia, do your thing. And Texas, stand the fuck up. Each day is new day to be a better version of yourself. Never let somebody breathe down, off my back. Never let somebody tell you you are boss in the position I'm alone. Stay humble. Let's go on a revolution on this moment. Keep Yahweh first. Can't choose a black Hebrew Israelite. As a real Jew, let's get into this bitch. Alright. Boom. Today, it's motherfucking day. You're hitting outside. Big crip in the gang. You're hitting outside shit. Gang, tell me why this Big U situation is getting rougher and tougher. So much shit is coming out now that all this situation has been, like, you know what I'm saying, uncovered. So y'all know how Big U, he had a son, and Rawshan Williams, you know, he passed away. Tell me why they're trying to say that WACK100 was saying that everybody was saying that Big U's son was having a gay relationship with Rawshan Williams. That's the main reason why Big U wanted, you know what I'm saying, take him out. You get what I'm saying? And then we got an article about a video about a nigga named Sand. Y'all gonna see the video. He was like an up and coming rapper. He was real close with Nipsey. He was like his best friend. He got taken out. They trying to put that on Big U. I'm not saying he did that shit. I don't fucking know, but this is how the shit going. Y'all know Rockstar and Sam. You know, Big U is kind of alleged to Nipsey and Black Sam. So Rockstar going on a whole interview run trying to explain himself. How did he get bitched out by Black Sam? This shit is hilarious, bro. This shit is getting crazy. RP to people who lost their lives though, but we in this bitch. Shout out to Hookah Anonymous. They're talking about WACK100 speaks on Big U allegedly sending a hit on his son's gay lover. Damn.
And since he's been about 7-8 years old, right? There's nothing feminine or nothing gay about Dayon Henley. And it's basically of WACK100 speaking on a rumor that allegedly the real reason Big U took his son's friend's life is not because of a diss song, but more so because the victim and his son Dayon Henley were lovers, and the reason he took his life is so that the news don't get out and mess up his career or chances of exceeding in the NFL or whatever. Now, to be honest with y'all, I don't know how I feel about that. I can't say I doubt it because none of us know 100% what's going on.
We don't.
And these days, nothing surprises me at this point.
At all.
But what I would say is, I can't see that being the reason if Big U even did in fact have a hand in the victim losing his life, right? For one, even if you take his life allegedly because of that, it's a million more men out there that could be involved with his son.
That's a fact.
So you mean to tell me he's just going to take the life of every man his son is involved with? Come on. Right? And unfortunately, this is not something someone online came up with because according to WACK100, whatever paperwork that's floating around, that's what gave this narrative to be put out there. So, I don't know. Now, as far as the interview go, I watched the clips of it, but I couldn't watch the whole thing because sometimes Vlad just be Vlading, right? Over talking. And not only that, just saying things that don't make sense. At one point during the interview, he says, the extortion part was weird because at no point did Big U ever ask for anything from me. Vlad, first of all, who are you? You said, who are you? Right? Really think about what you said, man. The extortion charges were weird to you because basically he never tried to extort you. So you mean to tell me because he never tried to extort you that the charges of extortion against him can't be true?
Just because he extorted you don't mean he extorted anybody else.
See, it's things like that is why why I couldn't watch it. And also, let's not act like us as a culture aren't our own worst enemies. Let's not act like these guys would sit there and tell their own people they got to check in just because they got a little money. Meanwhile, they'll let Robert, Bill, George, Michael, the whole 9 yards go in and out of the city with no problems. Meanwhile, they got more money. It's been like that forever. We know that. So, of course, they probably ain't extort Vlad because, you know, right? We'd rather do more harm to each other than the real problem, but that's another topic for another day. Anyway, let's get into what WACK100 had to say about Big U allegedly sending a hit on his son, alleged boy lover. And y'all let me know what y'all think after y'all hear this. But before we get into it, make sure you hit that thumbs up button so we can get this video into the algorithm. And if you're not subscribed to the platform already, make sure you do so now. Let's get into it.
I don't hear no. Me knowing
So you say you heard the song?
Yeah, they played the song.
Oh,
Right, that is supposed to be, but it like references the big man with the money, something about a 38, but it doesn't really. It's no diss. But even if it wasn't,
so it's not even a diss song.
No, listen, it's not a diss song. I didn't hear no diss.
Okay.
And
That's
even
crazy.
if it was a diss, right? I can see Big U lining him up with some of his little homeboys.
He wrote it himself?
No, I can
At
see.
age 50, what, 7 at the time? Ridiculous. See, you know what's crazy too? When all the clips I watch, and I don't know if he's gonna do it in this clip, but it seemed like the both of them, they're trying to make it seem like, you know, Big U, it's impossible for him to have involvement in anything that they're accusing him of. Which is crazy because WACK100 himself is the same person. Just a week or two ago, yeah, Big U dancing. You know, he did this, and I talked to the mother, and he did it because he was the one that put a lot of this out there.
Yo, Wack, what's up with the screenshot the Traveler Ross sent me? Are you begging Big U not to kill you?
But if you watch the clips, it seemed like now they're trying to retract everything. You hear Vlad saying, oh yeah, he's 57 years old. How can he do this? Yeah, it's impossible.
His son, tall as hell. He
And for the
got to be
people that
6'5".
know, we know that it's a lot of this going on in the real world. Where you have guys, whether they're 12, 20, 30, 50s, it don't matter how old you are. They doing what they doing in the streets. So it's not impossible just because of his age.
And then now they got this weird thing now, which it kind of, I hate to say it, it kind of helps his case. Because now the narrative is the victim and Big U's son, and I'm going to tell you where they got this from. In the indictment, it's a phone call allegedly from Big U to his son, right? And he says, don't talk about the murder of RW to nobody. Now, when people hear the son,
You know what's crazy? When you hear that, right, the first thing somebody would think is, why would he say that? Right? Like I said, I don't know his involvement in anything. We don't know if he did any. We don't know. But my thing is, right, it's a million gazillion people that lose their life every day. Anybody would sit there and be like, all right, well, why would you sit there and ask, or tell your son not to speak on that situation? Why? Why not? What if he's asked about it? It was his friend. Why wouldn't he be asked about it?
So he got taken out because he was gay?
If it does come up, I don't see why it would come up, but, you got press, he's in the NFL or whatever. So, of course, they're going to ask about it because they heard that his friend. Not to mention, they heard, how crazy is it when you hear, your father may or may have not have dealings in your best friend losing his life. Right? These type of claims don't just come out of nowhere. Now, like I said, I'm not saying he did. I'm not saying he didn't. Most of this came from WACK100 himself pushing the narrative that it was the DNA under the nails. He spoke to the mother. He put that audio out there. A lot of this came from WACK.
right now, the only son that people's looking at is the one that plays for the NFL, Dayon Henley, right? Big U has 3 sons, right? Dayon's not a gang member. He doesn't participate in street activity. Nice young man, watch him grow. But this is the part that's getting weird. Now they're saying, well, Big U's motive wasn't the rap song. It was that he found out that the rapper and his son, Dayon, were lovers.
Whoa!
And he was scared that if this got out, he he will be affected in the NFL. There's a few key things. One,
see, you know what's crazy?
Damn.
Prior to this, I never heard that. You know when somebody's passively, what they say, passive aggressively? Yeah, passively aggressive. Yeah, passively
That's
aggressive.
crazy.
When they sit there and say, well, now they're saying that this. I never heard that before. Why?
Me either.
I never heard the narrative that
Wack be
this
having all the
man allegedly unalived his son's friend or best friend because they were lovers. I never heard that until Wack. But you know when somebody passively put something out there and say, well, I don't know. You know, I heard. You ain't hear that.
there's people that have came out in all sports that it doesn't.
Yeah, there was.
But two, let's get to the real part of it. I've been knowing this young man since he's been about 7, 8 years old, right? There's nothing feminine or nothing gay about Dayon Henry, right? So I don't know who started that one. Yeah, me and Big Q got our problems, we got our issues, but whenever it came down to his children, I've been in situations.
Damn, Wack be letting everybody know what's going
I've stepped
on.
up to the plate.
Almost like Brick Baby
For
with
his
little
children.
dirt
And
shit.
you know what? I'm gonna give credit where credit's due. Maybe 2022 to 2023, in the heart of our beef, my daughter and her mother went to Crenshaw High to the celebrity basketball game. A bunch of people sending me pictures. Yo, Wack, man, you better get some people up here, right? So in the picture, you know what I see? About 8 feet, 5 feet behind them. Guess who I see?
Big U.
Big U. And when I seen Big U was that close to him, you know what I knew? They were good. Regardless of what me and him going through, right? They were good. And this at Crenshaw High. This 2022, 2023. Like, people sending me photos like, yo, you better. But once I seen him in the picture in the building, I knew I didn't have to worry about it. Same way with his son, with his middle son, right? He was in the situation, I was in the building. And I made sure his son got home safe. So,
like, y'all gotta remember, if I'm not mistaken, Wack and Big U did have, like, somewhat of a good relationship at a point in time before all the whatever they got going on. But also take what Wack says with a grain of salt.
Yeah, he does say he's making
It's
shit
not
up a
just
lot.
me saying it, it's because
We don't know,
we've
man.
seen time after time, Wack could say something, and somebody will come out and say, no, this ain't true, or he'll say something and backtrack. Like I said, take it with a grain of salt, man. But right now I don't know, he seems like he's sympathetic.
WACK100 working the
in
internet,
this
man.
situation, they need to kill that. It's nothing. They said, oh, he wore his jewelry. Hey, it's grown men today that wear other men's jewelry.
That's true.
Watches, chains,
Clothes.
medallions. I see it all the time. That doesn't make them to be lovers. If they homies, they homies.
Well, I mean, why would you want to kill your son's boyfriend? What's that going to do? Not make him be gay?
Well,
just find a new boyfriend.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I'm saying.
unless it's like a
Yeah.
older man molesting a young boy, then I get it. Now, if you say RW was 40 and his son was 12 or 15, then I can see why you might kill that guy. But just as a father,
I know
a regular boyfriend who's the same age as your son, who cares?
I know all his children.
You know what's crazy? The way things are these days, if his son was to come out and say that he was, and he's in the NFL, it'll probably make him bigger. Right now, to be that,
it might.
in any field,
I remember when that first one came out, he was gay.
It's like a push.
I didn't hear nothing else about him.
I don't know. But he'll probably get a push.
Who knows?
Big U probably won't like it because of who he is and his image and all that. But
He in the poker.
like I said, for him, he'll probably get a push. Who knows?
I'm just saying it's all bullshit.
All his children. I know
He
all
be
three
around a bunch of men
boys.
anyway, so
I know
shit.
his 2 daughters. His one daughter is like, I think she's older than his oldest boy, vice versa. I know all their characters, all their demeanors. Dayon is a total opposite of everybody else. Calm, cool, collective. He ain't got nothing to do with the streets. He's athletic, right? His oldest son is probably
in R&D, manufacturing, and quality laboratory.
Is probably the closest thing to being like Big U when it comes to just being quiet and subtle but explosive when he want to be. The middle son was always what I say our headache because he was just the busybody. You get what I'm saying? But none of them have ever displayed any signs of going that route. And it's kind of crazy that since he's in jail that they're saying that.
Yeah, you know, it's crazy. I'm just watching this and listening to him. This is a different WACK, right? This is a different WACK 100 than a month ago. Just a month ago, oh yeah, Big U, he this, he's that, and yeah, Loose Cannon. Y'all remember? He was the head of the agenda of Big U done did this, he done did that to this person. He's a mean guy. But if y'all pay attention now, I don't know, does he seem a little sympathetic for him? Does he, like, because where was all this energy a week or two ago, right? Or a month ago? Where was all this energy when he was spearheading the fact or agenda that this man allegedly took his son's best friend's life? He got proof. He spoke to the family. He did this and Loose Cannon. What's going on? Something ain't right, y'all. Now that Loose Cannon's locked up, something ain't. Because guess what? Let me tell you, right? They said 40% of that indictment came from social media. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say all of that 40 is based on WACK and Loose Cannon. Well, not to mention Big U.
This is crazy, man.
You getting online and saying Wiz and this one paid very well, check in, anyway. But what I'm trying to say is they played a very big part of the social media part within that indictment.
They is.
I believe he led his team in tackles at the Chargers. All he did was work hard his whole life to get to that playing field. It's a sad thing. His pops is going through what he's going through.
Wow.
And then
But you're not making it better. Nigga, you said he was gay.
Somebody that was a close friend of his. But it's even more savage.
And he killed his best friend because he was gay.
Somebody in the media that probably live in Maine somewhere to come up with this narrative that people right here are really running with. Right? People that really that say that like they cool with Big U, right? Me and Big U got our issues, but when it come to certain things, especially involving the kids, they not there to be attacked like that. Especially under false pretense.
Wow.
That's what's crazy.
Alright, well, there you have it. I don't know what done gotten into WACK. I don't know what came over him. Maybe he went to church. Maybe he got saved. I don't know. But this sounds like a whole different WACK. He just said, I don't know where they get the narrative from. Why would they even put him and tie him to his close son, his friend's close, whatever. I'm lost. I'm still trying to
shit crazy, bro.
Get all this down. Because like I said, just a month ago, WACK was just saying, yes, I have the audio, the mother said this, and yes, he did. I think everybody mainly knows or even spoke about the DNA being in the fingernails because of WACK. So for you to sit there and say, oh, I don't know where they're getting this narrative from, it sounds crazy.
That's wild.
Because it's you. It's you. And according to him, the paperwork, right, within the indictment or whatever, that's what he said, quote unquote, is the reason people are saying that they're lovers. So you can't say, oh, somebody from Maine is making this up. No, you said it came from the paperwork. I don't know. I'm all type of confused. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Watching this just confused me times 1,000. So when it comes to Big U allegedly taking out his son's friend because of him allegedly having a male lover, I don't think that's true. To be honest with y'all, like I said before,
wow, man.
I guess that's a narrative that was put out there through the paperwork or whatever. I'm not sure. To be honest with y'all, I never even heard of that. Like I said before. Until WACK mentioned it on Vlad and made it a thing.
Man,
right? I could be wrong.
Just like the Nipsey Hussle shit.
But it's crazy how fast something can spread. Right? I tell y'all all the time, the devil is a master of confusion, and it don't matter whether something is a lie or not. As long as you can put it out there and make people confused about what to believe, then it serves this purpose. Because you don't know what's true and what's not. Right? Especially being that we're living in the world today where people swear you're guilty until proven innocent instead of the other way around like it's supposed to be. So, yeah, when it comes to the extortion thing, though, yes. I believe he was a part of that because we seen him say himself on social media, even naming rappers, even telling people, you gotta check in, you better check in or check out. And yeah, So when it comes to that, yeah. But everything else, as far as the son being, nah, I'm sorry. Because anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think about this.
Who
Y'all drop in the
knows, man?
comments. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit that bell so you know the.
Shout out to Hood War Chronicles. While Big U and Rollin 60 killed Sandman, took him out. I don't know, man. This will be Nipsey's best friend.
Sometimes I want to get away from this madness. Sandman the Goose coming at you. Got next. No, you got now. Watch it. Here we come.
Back home, same place I'm from, like the same ethnicity. Oh yeah, tell them about that. Yeah, we descend from East Africa. That's where our family comes from.
Big U supposedly killing his own artist, or people he was managing, is starting to become less of a rumor and more of a no-brainer to a lot of people. One of the reasons he's reportedly locked up right now is because he allegedly killed his own artist, Rawshan Williams, just for dissing him. And now Nipsey Hussle's name is being dragged deeper into the mix too.
They do say that part of the investigation involves the murder of another young rapper back in Las Vegas. That the murder was over, are you ready for this? A diss. That he had written something in a song.
What we hear from WACK is way different now.
Bad about Big U, and that is why he ended up getting murdered.
But now, another name is starting to come up. Sandman Negus. Word is Big U and his Rollin' 60s crew might have had something to do with his death too. Before Nipsey got his full backing from Big U and the Unique Music Entertainment label, Sandman was actually the first artist Big U was developing.
Sandman the Goose coming at you. Got next. No, you got now. Watch it. Here we come.
He had real talent and was starting to gain buzz for his music. But just as things were picking up for him, it all came to a sudden and tragic end. Let's get into it. Sadr Fasehaya, better known as Sandman Negus, was born on January 12th, 1986, in Bulgaria. Even though Sandman was Eritrean, the war between Ethiopia and Eritrea forced his family to bounce around different countries in Africa, which is how he ended up being born in Bulgaria. Because of the war and government corruption, his family wasn't able to get a birth certificate for him, and not long after he was born, they had to flee again, this time to Sudan. In 1993, when Sandman was about 7 years old, the Fasehaya family moved to the US looking for a better future and eventually settled in Los Angeles. That's where Sandman started second grade at Hyde Park Elementary and began his life in the heart of the Rollin' 60s territory, on 10th Avenue in Hyde Park to be exact. By the late 90s, young Sandman was already making a name for himself in the neighborhood, contributing to the 60s clique that controlled his block.
He joined right in.
He was riding his bike around the area keeping watch after a 60s member had been killed the night before. There was a vigil going on at the corner when he spotted a random guy parked in a red car a few houses down from where he lived. Sandman rolled up and asked, "What up, cuz?" The guy responded by throwing up the 5, a sign linked to a rival set. That was all Sandman needed to see. He busted a U-turn, sped off to the liquor store, and alerted the homies. Not long after, 2 cars full of Rollin' 60s pulled up and boxed the guy in. 2 choppers came up over the roofs, while others swarmed the car. The guy didn't even have his keys to try and escape. He had to explain himself while staring down the barrel of a Tech 9. After some back and forth, they let him go, but just barely. Then in 1997, tragedy hit. Sandman's oldest brother was killed in gang violence, and it hit him hard. His brother had always been someone he looked up to, and losing him changed everything. That's when he really started rapping, pouring his pain into lyrics. From that moment on, Sandman the Kid faded, and Sandman Negus was born.
I started doing my own, you feel me? So I started doing shows and doing my own music and putting it out myself, you feel me?
Early on, he was heavily influenced by rappers like Tupac and Nas. He spent a lot of time getting into his creative side, writing music, sketching, painting, drawing. Even though he was raised in a strict household with a no-nonsense father, that pressure only made him more rebellious as he got older. During his teen years, he worked at his family's gas station on Florence and Crenshaw. In 2005, his talent started getting noticed. He got picked up by Yahoo and Pepsi to represent the West Coast in a segment called Mick Pass. Around that time, he was being managed by Big U.
In the hood, born in the Middle East, where you see bones on the ground, people getting seats.
Also, Sandman's family and Nipsey's family were close. In fact, their parents knew each other well, so Sandman and Nipsey had known each other since they were kids.
Sandman, we bros on many levels. Come from the turf, they come from back home, same place I'm from, like the same ethnicity. Oh yeah, tell them about that. Yeah, East Africa, that's where our family comes.
But life in the streets was still pulling at him. At 19, Sandman was arrested for a robbery he didn't commit. He was later found not guilty. Still, the experience pushed him deeper into the street life, and by 20, he found himself locked up again. When he got out, though, he started taking steps to change his path and slowly began turning his life around. But before long, things took a dark turn. One night after leaving the studio and dropping a friend off, Sandman was ambushed in traffic. He was shot through the front windshield of his car, hit 9 times in total. Bullets tore through his colon, liver, both lungs, his shoulders, neck, and more. Somehow he survived, though he was in a coma for 26 days and had to go through 8 surgeries just to recover. Despite the trauma, Sandman bounced back and poured all his focus into music. He and Nipsey would talk strategy, figuring out how to grow his name and push his mixtapes. He started building a real buzz in South LA's underground scene. But sadly, that momentum was cut short. On September 27th, 2012, just 4 years after the first shooting, Sandman was killed at the age of 26 on the 4300 block of Crenshaw Boulevard, not far from Big U's studio. After his death, a lot of speculation started flying around about who was behind the shooting. Multiple gangs were mentioned, including the Rollin' 60s. People felt like the whole situation around his death was fishy. According to court records, earlier that day, there was a clash between some 4-Trey gangster Crips and 40s at the McDonald's on Crenshaw. One of the 4-Trey members involved was a dude named Oliver. After getting punched in the face, Oliver and his crew headed back to their hood to regroup. About an hour later, they came back near the same McDonald's and drove into an alley, where Oliver allegedly fired a shot over the roof of their car. That shot ended up fatally hitting Sandman. 6 days after the shooting, Oliver sent a text that raised even more eyebrows. He wrote, "Nah, Shanika just called me talking about I got to leave LA. Everybody knows she said she want to meet with me and talk, but I'ma just tell her about the fight, not the shooting." Then, just a week after that message, he changed his phone number. 2 months later, Oliver Goodrich was arrested and eventually found guilty of first-degree murder. He got sentenced to 50 years to life. But Sandman's family wasn't satisfied with the outcome. According to court records, Sandman wasn't even involved in the McDonald's fight, and he wasn't there when Oliver got punched. That's what really made people start talking. On the streets, the word was that Big U and the Rollin' 60s might have had a hand in Sandman's murder. A lot of people even started comparing Sandman's story to Nipsey's. Sadly, Sandman never got to fully live out the dream he was chasing. But what's even more chilling is that Sandman isn't the only artist people believe Big U in the 60s allegedly took out. The most recent name tied to that same pattern is Rawshan Williams, another artist Big U was managing before he ended up dead too. Big U actually knew Rawshan since he was a kid. In fact, he was Rawshan's football coach back in the day. After suffering a serious injury that ended his hopes of playing college football when he was apparently being recruited by UCLA, Rawshan's sports career came to a stop. By 2018, he was no longer on the team. During high school, Rawshan had actually lived with Big U and his family for a short time. But things went south when Rawshan allegedly stole a chain from Big U's son and wore it to school. After that, Big U kicked him out of the house. Still, even after that fallout, Big U supposedly kept supporting Rawshan as he tried to figure out what to do next in life. After football was no longer an option, Rawshan turned to music and began rapping under the name Young Judah. In May 2020, he started teasing a project called Golden Dreams, which officially dropped in June of that year. The name itself showed how much hope he had for making it big in music. At first, his music wasn't getting much attention. He would post snippets of songs on Instagram, but they weren't really catching on. In one track, he called himself Ray Hustle, which many saw as a nod at Nipsey Hussle. As time passed, Rawshan seemed to get better at rapping, even experimenting with autotune and emotional, pain-driven tracks. Even though he hadn't blown up in the music world yet, he was already living like a star, posting pictures in fancy houses and taking trips to Las Vegas. But behind the scenes, things were getting messy between him and Big U. According to reports, Big U was paying for Rawshan to travel to Las Vegas and record music. But instead of focusing on his music, Rawshan was allegedly spending his time doing other things. Then came the diss track. According to the criminal complaint, Rawshan recorded a song where he threw serious shade at Big U. In the song, he called Big U a bro that made
nigga like Kevin Hart off a school dance, bitch.
Wasn't really all that powerful. But the part that really raised eyebrows was when Rawshan rapped, "This song can get me killed for thinking ish funny." Even even more disturbing, he mentioned getting shot in the face with a .38 revolver that would leave no trace.
Referring to Big U as bro, that makes some money. And that unnamed rapper may get shot in the face for thinking that his use of the studio and representation by Unique Music is funny.
Only 5 days after posting that track, Las Vegas police found Rawshan's body in a ditch. He had been shot in the face with a revolver. Now many believe that the diss track was what sealed his fate. And according to law enforcement, Big U is a top suspect. They believe he might have pulled the trigger himself.
But the track was eerie given what happened next. Just days later, the rapper was shot in the face.
According to official court records, Big U's music label, Unique Music, arranged for Rawshan Williams to travel from California to Las Vegas in January 2021. The plan was for Rawshan to stay in Vegas for a week and focus on making new music. They even booked an Airbnb for him to stay in while he was there and scheduled studio time for him to record songs. But things didn't go according to plan. Rawshan ended up missing one of the studio sessions, and that raised red flags. Big U and his close associate, Sylvester Robinson, decided to drive all the way to Las Vegas themselves to check up on him. When they arrived at the Airbnb, they asked Rawshan why he skipped the session, and he told them it was because he didn't have a ride to the studio. The very next day, all three of them, Rawshan, Big U, and Sylvester, finally went to the studio together. Nobody knows for sure what happened while they were inside, but later that night, something terrible went down.
On January 24th of 2021, Big U arrived to a studio and RW was there, recording until around midnight. A little after 12:30 a.m., Big U left the studio and his phone stopped reporting his location.
Surveillance cameras caught Rawshan coming back to the Airbnb around 1 a.m. In the footage, you can see him getting out of the car, picking up his suitcase, and then getting back into the same car. He was originally supposed to stay in Vegas for one more day, but it looks like Big U had different intentions. According to what investigators found out, Big U allegedly drove Rawshan far out into the desert, shot him in the face, and left his body in a ditch. After that, he reportedly went back to the studio like nothing had happened.
About 45 minutes later, surveillance video at the Airbnb showed RW exiting the passenger side of the car.
3 of y'all.
5 minutes later, surveillance video at the Airbnb showed RW exiting the passenger side of the car and entering the Airbnb. A few minutes later, he left the Airbnb with a suitcase, got back into the car, and left. RW wasn't seen again. He wasn't even supposed to leave Vegas until the next day, but he never returned to the Airbnb. Instead, his body was found on the side of the road near Interstate 15.
A witness later told police that Big U showed up at the studio again around 3 a.m. He looked like he had just come from a gym. He was completely soaked, either from sweat or water. When someone at the studio asked him what happened, Big U said he had just finished working out. But just a few hours later, the truth started to come out when police discovered Rawshan's lifeless body dumped in a remote ditch outside the city. What's even more shocking is what Big U allegedly did next. According to the indictment, he tried to cover his tracks. He reportedly removed some recording equipment from the studio that might have had evidence of what happened that night. He also told someone to delete the security camera footage from the studio. Investigators think that there might have been a fight between Rawshan and someone else inside the studio before the murder, which could be why Big U wanted the footage erased, so no one would know what really went down.
Witnesses told detectives an associate of Big U removed the video recording equipment from the studio a few days after the homicide, including video that would have shown RW and Big U at the studio before he was murdered.
But that's not all. After Rawshan was killed, Big U started acting like he was trying to stay one step ahead of the police. According to the investigation, he had one of his close friends drive around in his car and even stay at his house. That way, if the police were watching his home or trying to track his car, they would think he was still there, giving Big U time to get away before they could actually arrest him. But things have gotten even messier now that a whole new reason is starting to spread about why Big U might have wanted Rawshan gone. And this one is wild. Word is Big U may have killed Rawshan because of Rawshan's alleged relationship with Big U's own son, Diane. According to this version of the story, Rawshan and Diane were supposedly more than just friends. Back when Rawshan was still playing football, he and Diane, who would later go on to play in the NFL for the LA Chargers, were tight. That's reportedly how they got close in the first place. But there are some people like WACK100 who strongly denied the rumors. WACK says he's known Diane since he was young and never saw any signs that he was gay or acting in a feminine way.
Now I'm just saying, well, Big U's motive wasn't the rap song. It was that he found out that the rapper and his son, Dayon, were lovers. I've been knowing this young man since he's been about 7, 8 years old, right? There's nothing feminine or nothing gay about Dayon.
What's going on?
But that hasn't stopped the rumors from spreading. A lot of people feel like the story about Rawshan being killed just for a diss doesn't add up. If people were getting killed for dissing others, then half the music industry would be gone by now.
That's a
so
fact.
many believe there must be more to it.
I mean, niggas are dying. Look at YBC
gone back
News.
to watch old videos of Dayon, saying they now notice things they didn't before, like certain mannerisms they believe seem suspect or feminine.
Man, that's not that gay. That's kind of weird.
People are saying that if the rumors are even partly true, it would make sense why Big U might have wanted to get rid of Rawshan, especially if he felt like Rawshan had something over him or could embarrass him by exposing a relationship with his son. If Rawshan really had that kind of control and Big U felt threatened by it, that might have pushed him to act. And if that's even a little bit true, then this story is way more twisted than anyone imagined. And finally, there's Nipsey Hussle himself. Technically, the Nipsey case was already solved. Everyone knows Eric Holder, a Rollin' 60s Crip, was the one who killed Nip in 2019. But over the years, rumors have circulated that Big U might have had something to do with it. One of the biggest things making waves right now is a video of Loose Cannon, where he claims Big U knew that Nipsey was going to get killed 30 minutes before it happened.
You get a call from Big U telling you Nipsey just got killed.
Yeah.
You panic, call Nip. Nip answered the phone.
Yeah.
According to Luce, he actually spoke to Nipsey right before the shooting, but never thought much of what Big U had supposedly said at the time. He didn't take it too seriously. That means Big U might have slipped up by reaching out too early before Nipsey was murdered.
Because you don't even warn him that you got that call from dude.
No, because their relationship was so up. It'd be like,
look at Wack just lean that nigga down the road of despair.
30 minutes after you get out the phone with Nip,
prison, bitch.
He get killed.
Yeah, I got it.
So you think he hit you?
Master manipulator, bitch.
Yup, he hit me a little bit too early.
With everything going down around Big U right now, it's really starting to feel like karma might finally be catching up to him. Especially for all those artists people believe he had a hand in taking out. Big U, along with several alleged members of the Rollin' 60s neighborhood Crips, was recently arrested. According to the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Central District of California, Big U wasn't just some OG in the gang. He was allegedly running it like a full-blown criminal empire, even branding it as Big U Enterprise. The indictment is packed with serious charges: murder, extortion, robbery, fraud, illegal gambling, you name it. If he's found guilty on everything, he could be facing life in federal prison.
Damn. Shout out to Can Capone Newsman, Rockstar 28. I don't know who the fuck. Might be, I don't know. Details Black Sam confront him and make him leave. This is insane. Nigga went on a whole interview run.
Alright. Rockstar.
He took the glasses off finally.
What's happening, Cam?
Sanford Trey, we couldn't never see what the nigga look like.
On the internet right now.
That's what they saying, man. I don't know why. Is it good or bad? I don't know. What you think?
I mean, shit, they say all publicity is good publicity.
Man, I don't know these days.
So,
I don't believe that.
Look at the Shannon Sharp shit. I don't fucking know these days, man. Say one fucking shit, nigga, they try to crucify a nigga, bitch.
So we'll get right to it, man. Yesterday, viral, they had the opening day for the Marathon Burger. You show up, and there's lots of video out there of.
I mean, it's all good publicity for motherfucking Can Capone News.
Looking like you guys are having a pretty heated argument or a heated conversation, and then you kind of being pushed across the street.
Yeah. So, I thought it was a normal day.
The hoe got flipped upside down, didn't it?
Harmony, Nip, Sam, Adam, everybody over there. Been for years, done business, good business.
That's crazy how WACK100 destroyed half of all this shit, man.
It's nothing I can say bad about these individuals, right? About him.
Because he was friends with WACK100.
It just threw me off guard. It threw me for a loop, bro. Like, I went to, we was out there smoking, chilling. Everybody said Black Sam wasn't there yet. Cool. Somebody say, okay, Black Sam, there go Black Sam right there. My cool.
Nigga ran to a stone wall, bitch.
Right? I say, hey, what up, bro?
whoop. You feel me? So, mind you, I've been texting Sam, I've been texting, calling them prior to this. You feel me? And, you know, I haven't been getting no response. Last time we talked was maybe like a couple months. 3 months, I sent him a clip of me talking on No Jumper about, you know, Nipsey and shit. He hearted it, liked it. I mean, like I said, there's never been no bad blood between me and Sam. So I just want to get that understood right now. What y'all seen was frustration built up or whatever from people, I believe, putting stuff in his head or sending him this clip and not getting the whole context and not even understanding my stance on how I am in this content game, right? Me and Sam, like, we got a relationship, homie. I done ate lunch, dinner with this gentleman. Like, he invited me every time I come in town. The Marathon Collective, I get free.
But they use your ass for publicity stunt, bitch. You came in trying to promote and support. They came in to destroy and mutilate.
He had everybody talking about, that's from Sam. Sam gave me that personally. Down to my shoes, the Nipsey Hussle Pumas I had on. You know what I'm saying? So, like, he didn't look out for me, he looked out for my kids, you feel me? And, you know, like I said, I ain't got nothing bad to say, homie. It was just I feel like it was lack of communication. You feel me? Probably on his part, because he busy and he's doing X, Y, Z.
Hell no, that nigga ready to talk. That nigga looking for blood, bitch.
To be like,
that nigga saw a little fish. He looking for that blood, bitch.
So,
blood in the water, bitch.
People they space and they respect. You know what I'm saying? When you
have like, this my chance, bitch.
You know,
let's get this shop off the ground with your ass, goofy ass.
The initial walk up, I'm like, what's up, bro?
Goofy ass.
You know, like,
came in, thought it was
what's
sweet.
Up, bro? He like, what's up, bro? I'm like, what's up, bro? He like, what's up? Like, and I'm hearing it. I'm like, this a different type of what's up, bro? Like he really tripping. You feel me? Like, what? I'm like, so what is? You feel me? I'm trying to figure out like where this coming from, cause it's throwing me for a loop. We just was good. You just hearted it a video a couple months ago, and I've been hitting you, but I figured like, okay,
anything
you focus on this burger project. You trying to get this burger. You trying to, you know, get this cracking. Cool. Feel me? So I ain't been pressing. Like, okay, now I'm coming to town. I'm coming to support. I'm texting them prior to going up there. Bro, I'm out there, I see that line long as hell. Hell no. I ain't sitting in that line, man. I know everybody here. Marathon John, BH, I know everybody. Hey, bro, look, I don't want no free burgers. It's like a first 100 people get free burgers. I don't want no free burgers. I'm coming to spend money. Buy a burger, but I'm going to buy a couple burgers. We're going to have burgers for later. I'm coming to support. Just to show my support. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, that didn't end up happening. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, that initial, what's up, bro? It was too much. Then he wouldn't let go of my hand. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
nigga had your ass in an iron grip, bitch.
But, like, he, like, trying to.
Pause, you know when you beat your meat? Like, pause. They got that grip. He gave you that iron grip, bitch.
You feel me? And it's like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I done showed this man.
Bitch gave you the Terminator grip, bitch.
So he starts getting mad at you, and it sounds like, you know, from narrative and everything going on, that he's not happy.
Tell that nigga to crash the fuck out. He should have came back and shot that bitch up.
Either to you or around you or in Clubhouse did that shit, nigga, about Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah. And see, with that, it's just like, if anybody know me, they know me. I'm the biggest Nip advocator. I love Nip. Feel me? He was like a mentor. He's like a big brother to me. Everybody know that. Like, I was always with Nip, in town, out of town, whatever. So, like, for him to say that, it's like, bro, this the internet, bro. Like, this the internet. We talking about the internet versus real life. Like, they know me from a kid. I lived on Tesley and Slauson by the Knicks. Yeah, one Nip rapper about all the time used to be hustling outside the Knicks. I lived right there on that block. I used to walk down that street, kick it, hang out. Me and Nip, before Nip was from 60, before I was from West Boulevard. You know what I'm saying? Like, we was really thugging. So, I got history with these people, man, and a lot of people.
Nigga thought he was coming and taste some burgers on a burger sample free. Bitch got charged up so fucking quick, nigga. The sharks surrounded that nigga.
This Clubhouse shit. This WACK100 shit. Now, can I control what motherfuckers say?
Fuck no.
No. Do I let a motherfucker say anything? No, I don't agree with anybody.
At that point,
you feel me? I had to learn how to contain
you swing the fuck off and get stomped the fuck out. Come with some broken limbs and arms.
Put on my media.
Or leave that bitch.
Shit, you feel me? And not to be so biased and not to take sides. But
if you would have swung, nigga, it would have been up, nigga. Boy, that would have been so fucking crazy. You would have had to leave town expeditionally. That shit would have been so fucking crazy, nigga. I'm telling you, nigga, Crip. Like, I don't know if you ever been come back.
You mean people wanting me to choose sides?
It would have been crazy.
No, because I've from the gate I came out, and I've interviewed Bloods, Crips, GDs, BDs, with everybody.
And somebody was like, "Hey, man, like
I've had people get mad at me for stuff that people have said. Oh yeah, for sure.
Well, I guess he doing so tough because he was friends with Nipsey. You know what I'm saying? I think he was supporting Nipsey.
People are gonna be
instead of supporting WACK100 saying that his brother was gay.
But I feel like I have a strong stance.
He had a gay sex tape.
I speak highly. That's my brother. I love him. He a legend. He a GOAT. He did a lot. Helped a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? And, some beg to differ. That's your opinion. It's okay. You have a right to your opinion.
That's fact.
Disrespect to my
freedom of speech. You can say what the fuck you want to say.
Like I told Sam.
But in retaliation, nigga. That retaliation, nigga. It's free to talk.
On Clubhouse.
But it might cost you,
WACK
nigga.
was pushing this narrative way before he came into my Clubhouse space. You understand? Like, he been pushing the Nip narrative. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't change once I get involved. Now, I could kill the conversation. I could be like, hey, man, nah. And which I have. Nah, we ain't gonna talk about that. But they don't clip those parts up. Feel me? They only clipping the part.
They want the drama, the juicy shit.
But they ain't clipping the part when I'm tripping on
WACK. Look at Brick Baby and Loose Cannon, nigga.
Nah, we ain't talking about that. Nah, don't bring that up. Nah, we ain't doing that.
That juicy shit.
They ain't getting them parts. So, whatever they send in.
That's true, too. I'll say this, man. For the people who might not know, and you might think maybe I've allowed people to say some shit about you, I've clipped a lot of shit out of my interviews because I thought it was too far.
Yeah. And see, we have that discretion, right? We can choose to do what we do, what we want to do, and what we choose to put out. To me, I'm raw, authentic. It's going to happen. These are grown individuals. I'm not here to babysit. You know what I'm saying? So, me, like, this shit weird, bro. This internet shit, I'm going to keep it real. This internet shit up a lot of, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, the internet shit done say a lot of lies, though. You know what I'm saying? Expose niggas for being fake.
Right now,
so
I got no
like,
choice. I'm in it.
You gotta take the good and the bad, nigga.
Full-fledged, you might as well go all the way.
You trying to make some money off the internet shit. Shit can go down.
Because at this point, it's like, it's undefeated, bro. I can't beat the internet.
The internet is crazy, nigga. That's a whole type of animal beast, nigga.
They think happened with me and Sam.
The streets gonna always be the streets, nigga. But the streets gonna like enforce what should be said, nigga. Like shit can happen easily, nigga.
Sam, right there. What you think?
He's probably been jumped.
That's what they wanted.
If you would have swung on Black Sam, nigga, you would have been up and stuck, nigga.
Slumped all over the shit. So
then you would have been broken jaw, broken arm, broken legs, broken ribs. Nigga, you had like 30 niggas surrounding you.
But how am I marked? Where's the mark shit? I try to get this man to come to the side many a times. Bro, come to the side, say, you gonna do this right here? You gonna do this right here like this?
Hell yeah.
Come to the side,
He trying to get that marathon burger up.
If we ain't gonna talk right now, tell me we could talk. We gonna talk later or something. You know, when you see
nigga, I'm gonna risk his life for a burger display, nigga.
I thought Sam made it seem like we was about to go holler. Like we was gonna holler and, maybe duke it out or whatever. They 42 faked me when we got across the street and went back across the street and left me over there.
Nigga said, bitch, you on the side.
I'm confused with that.
That's insane.
Because I'm trying to talk. I'm trying to figure this shit out. What are we talking about?
Nigga walked you off the parking lot politely with 30 niggas.
There was a lot of remarks
made. Told your ass to stay on the side.
Get clear. Tell me go get cracking.
Damn it. How good is that burger, bitch? They gotta be a good ass fucking burger, bitch. Who
you want me to get cracking on? Who these got cracking on?
It's like a movie burger or some shit?
That's what I'm hearing.
Five Guys
from
or some
the streets
shit?
from up telling me coming through here like they hit me like, Rock, man, you
Shake
should have
Shack burger? Hit ass. In and out? Fuck you talking about?
But obviously, I got a little bit more respect and love than that. Obviously, it's a little deeper than that. But, you know, it is what it is. Man. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
That nigga Black Sam came with vengeance. Then they got on the whole media run.
It was unexpected.
Shit, get that bag up. Fuck it. Nigga, I would have went to 10 platforms.
At the same time, that shit was like,
man, my narrative
did that shit like, man, you don't do that. You don't do that to no real
shit,
homie.
We went to real life productions.
No real homie.
Shit.
No real solid homie.
Camp Pone.
Do not do that. You know what I'm saying? By no means, cuz.
Motherfucking,
take that man to the side.
Say cheese.
Holler, answer his text, like, respond
the
back
other podcast we was just watching with Charleston White on, Panagas, wearing shit.
You know what I'm saying?
We went all over the world.
So you feel like you guys should have just had a conversation that you should have got there, you know what I'm saying? You should have just been pulled to the side, talked to.
Or respectfully, we would be on that bitch too.
You, I heard some, you and WACK. I want you to leave, bro. We'll holler later.
Did he mention WACK100's name at all?
Bro, this what this is about. Why is everybody saying that?
I told y'all, nigga, WACK broke that bitch down inside out.
It's clear as day. It's about this man. And people trying to change his narrative.
Manipulator.
Like, it's about this. No, bro. It's about WACK100 discrediting Nip as a legend. Talking all that crazy shit about the tapes and shit with Big U. You feel me? This is where all this shit is coming from. They feel like I shouldn't even be dealing with it. That's the politics. I shouldn't even be dealing with it.
I would have went to low-level podcast.
Crazy about Nip. But you been talking crazy about Nip way before me. When I came in the picture.
That's crazy. Your wife was recording the whole shit. Usually, that's your wife shit. Jump in that bitch. Oh, hell no. You haven't touched my you know what I'm saying? She recorded the shit. You would have got stomped out. She would have recorded. That's insane.
That's something.
If you would have got jumped, well, she would have broke it up, man.
Okay, now I'm seeing how I can make money off this.
Who knows, man?
Right? I'm paying attention.
They said Big U used to get girls jumped and shit.
Okay, I got it.
So she probably got her ass jumped. I don't know.
So you come in my room, you talk shit for a little bit about whatever, and clip it up and put it on YouTube. I'm like, oh yeah, this nothing. I'm start doing this. You feel me? So I started working. But a lot of people like, it's like a love and hate relationship, bro. It's like, you know, I'll be damned if I do, damned if I don't, right? You know,
yeah, I've been through a situation like that.
People say, oh, you getting money, you doing business. That's your business. But then people want to be worried about your business so much. They want to have opinions on your business.
Yeah.
I just don't get it. I don't understand it. You feel me? And like I said, I take accountability, homie, for dealing with the man in such a way, in such a manner, as far as the YouTube content, us having conversations.
Yeah, it's kind of wild.
On the internet. To me, it's entertainment. I didn't take it that serious.
I mean, entertainment can turn to real shit in a minute. You know what I'm saying?
I'm at WACK on Clubhouse. I don't know Cousin real life.
Niggas be dying out for saying some crazy shit.
Like, when I come to LA, I come to the hood. That's my
Instagram and Facebook. Then the main spots to die on. Then about to be YouTube
I'm
shit.
still a familiar face. It's like, so that's why I'm like, man, come on, bro. Like, this shit crazy. This shit was like a movie, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I did not expect it. I did not expect Cud to be like,
off a baby so boy. Hype. When that nigga stole that nigga beer and got jumped.
I'm like, whoa, like. But it was just like, damn, bro, you really just
don't be a menace.
What you mean?
Jump that nigga, he turned to like a flat.
So it was, I'm confused at this point. You know?
Flat space, me face.
So, yeah, it just threw me off guard, man. For real.
When was the last time you seen Black Sam?
Probably haven't seen that nigga since then, nigga.
Last time I seen Black Sam. Oh, last time I seen Black Sam. Did we go to lunch? We went to lunch. So
probably like 5-6 months before that.
Was it lunch or was it? Because I went to the facility. I went to like.
Damn, the Black Sounds messed your mind up that bad?
Yeah, it gave me like a box of shit and shit. We were walking around talking for a long time. But then he invited me out to lunch one weekend when I was out here, and I remember having the homie with me. I remember picking up the homie, getting some weed from the homie, and didn't feel like taking him back home because I had a 2:00 meeting with Sam and them. So I like, come on, this is gonna bring you. You know what I'm saying? So we go meet up with Sam. Sam in there with the EYL, you know, Earn Your Leisure. And he in there with them, BH. You know, he greet us. You know what I'm saying? Oh, y'all want something to eat? You know what I'm saying? Cool. You know, looking out, chopping it. Me and him chopping it the whole time. You know, he lending his ear to me. And I'm telling him, this is when WACK started first coming around in Clubhouse. And I'm telling him, like, bro, like,
WACK took over Clubhouse.
WACK, you know, WACK be coming in my shit. And he was like, yeah, man, you know, we don't for that guy, all this shit, like, you know. And I'm telling him, like, bro, this shit entertainment, bro. This shit, I'm just trying to get my chili. You feel me? I'm like, but if you don't, I told this, if you don't want me with this, on everything I love, bro, I'll cut him off. Woo. He expressed how he felt, and he lowball gave me his blessings. Like, he ain't tripping because I kind of broke it down. Like, you feel me? Like, this is business. This is on an app, on a Clubhouse, on a phone. I'm not pulling up, kicking it. We're not going to the movies. We're not, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're not best friends. We cordial for the sake of the content. And a lot of people just don't get it. They don't get it. They don't understand it.
I think it's some gay rumors, man. The sex tape.
Before all that happened.
So, the grand opening was at 12. We got there at 11. So, I was outside just chilling, smoking. You feel me? Homies about to pull up. Rockstar, what up? Woo. Cool. They about to go park. By the time they done parking, I'm gone. I didn't know they got into it with Sam.
Oh, okay. So you weren't there that long then?
Shit, maybe, like I said, from 11 to right before 12, like 11:45.
Oh, okay. Almost an hour?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that little situation was 5 minutes. 10 minutes. It seemed like it was longer, but the original video is 5 minutes long.
Damn. Gotcha.
And it's not that long, and it go from this side of the street to the other side of the street, which is crazy. And it don't even feel like that because I'm like so in the moment at the time. But mind you, I got glasses on, so I'm not really looking at Sam direct. I'm making sure I'm watching my surroundings. You understand? Because all these not from 60s, bro. All these is not members. You feel me? So I'm respecting BH. I'm respecting cuz he grabbing me. He like, bro, chill, bro. Not right now. Chill. You feel me? So I'm hearing his voice of reasoning. But then I'm hearing sidebars from super fans. You know, ain't nobody touching Sam. Who is you? Like, you feel me? Like, and then like Sam told one, like he got this, but tell everybody so we can holler or we can get this under control, all the commotion. Cause it's just making it worse. And then if I buck up, about to do me in. You feel me? And I ain't got no problem, bro, but it's just about conducting yourself in a certain way. I didn't want to look like the Marathon Burger grand opening, bro. I ain't want to look like that, bro.
Crash the fuck out easily, hit ass.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's not what I came for. That wasn't my intention. You feel me? But at the same time, when it getting that,
they say fight fire with fire, bitch. It's the only way to put out a forest fire, right?
So it put me in a tight spot because I never seen Sam like this. One, never seen him like that. Two, like
they say he got down with Brick Baby.
Any other would have fired cut shit up. Like I would have too. But I was lost because we ain't never like. So I know it was something like it. To me, it's personal, homie, and it is, because he with me. He genuinely with me, homie. Send clothes for my kids, all that. You feel me? Like he with me. But I think this internet shit just throwing me for a loop. It's throwing a lot of people off their rocker. You know, people just they don't like it. You know.
Have you guys talked since then? Have you reached out? Is anything?
I have.
Any communication or anything?
Text, I called. You know, you feel me? It's whatever. Like, I mean, we're gonna see. You know, I'm pretty sure. You know, we're gonna get to it. We definitely gonna get to it. It's gonna get figured out. But
man, I think if you go down to that bitch, man, it's over.
Like, I don't know, bro. I don't know what you want me to do. Like, and that's another thing with the whole shit. Like, okay, you don't want me to whack. Cool.
My car, you know, buddies get one of them burgers and try it out.
But then at the same time, it's like
facts.
I'm just like, I'm air out here. Like, I just be trying to figure out what you want to be loyal to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was loyal to Nip. I respected Nip. You feel me? We not from the same hood. I'm from West Boulevard 60. We like cousins, though, right? We like real cousins. Okay, know that. But at the end of the day, when you tell me go get cracking and come back, what do I look like a crash out? Like, who do you think you are? That's what I'm like. I'm really like, who do you think you are? You telling me to go get cracking and come back? Y'all ain't even getting cracking on nothing. So that's why I'm confused. That's
I guess you talking crash out on the niggas that you supposed to be fucking with. Damn.
Like, get cracking. Go get cracking on who? Who y'all got cracking on though? And you want me to get? I'm not even first wave.
So you the first nigga to get cracked on, nigga.
Pause,
nigga. They cracked your ass, nigga.
It's just like a lot of remarks that
you
were
the
made.
first crack off,
made out of anger and frustration at that time from him. But at the same time, niggas gotta choose their words better, bro. You gotta choose how they talk.
You was the first crack off.
Give out energy, like I said, he could have done that better. He could have done that better.
Score 1-0.
You know, and maybe I could have. I don't know what I could have did better. I don't know. I feel like I came in peace. I came with peace. You feel me? So
you was the first nigga to get cracked on.
That shit threw me for a loop. What you thought about when you seen it? You like, what the?
What did I think?
So
obviously I didn't know
Simple.
anything that I know now. So if you're asking me what I thought when I first seen it, I thought he was extremely mad that you were
he tried to mark you out
cool with somebody who would disrespect Nipsey Hussle. You know what I'm saying? And he wasn't having that or liking it.
I would have crashed out. I don't care.
Who is affiliating themselves
I would have crashed out,
any
but
close friends or
nigga probably would have died
around
that bitch.
anybody who was allowing any sort of Nipsey Hussle disrespect. That was my first thoughts, when I first seen it.
Yeah.
But that mean they said they was friends and shit, but shit, friends don't do friends like that. But these days, shit, your friends and your family,
man, what's going on
your
with this right
girlfriend be your enemies. You never know these days, bitch. Baby mamas, you don't know. Anybody can be your enemy these days. The kid, nigga. Look at 50 cents, his kid. You know what I'm saying? It's just you never know.
Just to let her know. You feel me? Saying what up, Brody, I'm coming to the grand opening. I'll be there in the morning. Top of it. I'm coming through. Bro, I'm up here, line hella long. We just trying to get burgers. I don't want shit for free. It's me texting him. Now he ain't text back in a minute.
He didn't respond.
Nope, he didn't respond. But I'm thinking busy. I'm thinking they getting burgers. You know what I'm saying? They
so I don't text me back. I'm feeling like they not fucking with you.
I get it.
That's how I be feeling. Like,
but
I don't know.
If you had that type of energy with me,
I don't think nobody's too busy to put out a 5-second text. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay. Not easy to say okay. That's like a 5-second. Okay.
Man, like just
I feel like he be playing games, man.
It's a problem, bro. We gonna holler about it. You know, I don't want you to come up here today because you know what I'm saying. I would have respected it.
Nobody too busy for a 5-second
But then
response.
I'm like, the way you could get at me, like, you didn't even let go of my hand. You know that?
Told you, bitch.
I don't know if you seen what
got you that Terminator grip, bitch.
Like,
I didn't notice anything.
Because when we initially hollered, we lock up. And when we lock up, I'm like, what's up, bro? He like, what's up, bro? And I'm like, no, what's up, bro? I'm regular, but he like, what's up, bro? And I'm like, what the, like, I'm trying to figure it out, but he ain't letting go of my hand. It's firm. So now we like kind of locked in. Pause.
Told your ass.
You know what I'm saying?
Told your ass, nigga. But, that beat the meat hand. Pause,
yeah,
nigga.
Yeah,
you got that iron grip on that bitch. You saying, pause, nigga.
You know what I'm saying? That's really, I ain't got nothing bad to say about this saying, bro.
You like to rip his whole hand off, bitch.
But to try to do it like that, like how you did it, because on set, like, that ain't cool, bro. Like, I ain't never disrespected that man ever. And for him to say that I let disrespect Nip, that's foul. That's false. That's not for real. Everybody know I love Nip. I'm an advocate for Nip. I'm gonna talk highly. I got so many stories, Nip, fun shit, good shit. We done had a ball. I done got a lot of money with Nip. You know what I'm saying? So, but I like my homies know. My homies can't even believe it. My homies like, bro, how they used to give you all the free shit, all the shit. How did it go from that to this? Like, what's going on? And he said, you been with WACK. Well, he said WACK. He said, a lot of people don't know me and WACK
at this point.
fell out. When we fell out, I stopped.
Because y'all ain't finna tell what went down, bitch. I think because of WACK.
From the hood, who's on Clubhouse, built a rapport with WACK and got me and WACK to holler. You know what I'm saying? To get back on the phone and hash it out for the sake of the content. You feel me? So I agreed to it, right? I told WACK, hey, play with the mother like that. Don't play with me like that. You feel me? Like, stop with all the games. Like, let's just keep it fair. Like, you know, come in here and do this content. I clip you up. And really, it really was a power struggle with me and WACK. And that's what I'm saying. They don't even know, cuz. It's like, bro, they don't even know. That's why I hate trying to have to explain this shit to who's not part of this world. You understand me? Because it's just like teaching a little kid how to walk, talk, and etc. It's a lot of energy given into it, right? And like, man, Cam, you don't even know. Like, this shit been going crazy, bro. My phone, my calling me. I ain't talked to him forever. You know what I'm saying? You cool? You straight? You good? What happened? Did I get scratched, beat up? What happened? And that's another thing. I think it shows how much respect I feel like Sam had, because if I was anybody else, I feel like they would have got off immediately. You understand me? It was too, you know?
Shit. I done fought some people, you know what I'm saying, that was close to me. It is what it is.
Feel me? But when he sees me,
but once they put their hands on you, that's a different thing. Once they get like to address a point like that, that's a different thing, man.
Telling me, chill, bro.
Got crashed the fuck out.
Bro. No,
family, not family. Friend, not
family. I'm not doing nothing. I'm just trying to, what's going on? Where is this coming from? So, yeah, man, that shit, man. It's unfortunate, bro. And it's like, I thought to be happy for me. Then I ain't robbing.
Yeah, they got happy for you. You put some promotion to their fucking marathon burger, bitch.
No, I actually
they happy for your ass.
I know how to make some money off the internet. You know, I feel like I'm not biased. I feel like I'm fair. I feel like I stand on business. I'm authentic. But I guess, you know, the nice guys don't finish last, man.
That's a fact.
What's up? This is Cam.
I'll be back. So, I don't know, man. I hope that's not the reason they got rid of Rawshan Williams, because he was gay with Big U's son. Hey, man, this 2025, man, you can do whatever the fuck you want to. That's on you. You know what I'm saying? Me, I'm staying with the women. You dig what I'm saying? Hey, I ain't homophobic, but I ain't gay. You dig what I'm saying? At the end of the day, that's your choice. You can do whatever you want to. That's your life. You know what I'm saying? I'm straight like arrow, man. You get what I'm saying? But if that happened, man, that's some wild ass shit. Cause they was trying to say that he dissed him, that he was sneak dissing. That's why he took him out. But they said he didn't want to ruin his football career. That's why he had to do what he had to do. I don't know. Also, the Sand situation. Man, that was all the way like in the 90s, almost to the early 2000s, man. Man, people get taken out, man, and it's sad because you wondering, damn, what happened? Why did he get to this situation? No, he got shot up a couple of times before that, like 8 times or some shit. Nigga almost lost his life that time. Went back out, lost his life. They trying to put that towards, you know what I'm saying? Wild shit. Rockstar, goofy. The only thing he can do now is save his face, nigga. I would have went, if I was Black Sam, not Black Sam, Rockstar, I would have went on every podcast, even a little podcast, and I would have switched the whole narrative to but it's in 4K. They caught it on video. His wife recorded it. So I don't know how he would have whodinied that, but at the end of the day, man, Black Sam, he marked him out. He was trying to get that. He did what he did in front of thousands, hundreds of people, man. Shit wild, man. I don't know. Rockstar should have crashed out, but that shit was crazy. And we out the bitch. Hood, Northside, big crip in it. Gang shit hood, Northside shit.
Hey, Dad, you know, dog, when we link up, dog, this shit be legendary. You know this instrumental, you the engineer on it, so Kodak everywhere.